The frontal lobe is found right in this area here. It controls our decision making, problem solving, and all sorts of planning. If we move further back, you will find the parental lobe, which is located back here. The parental lobe is responsible for touch, temperature, and pain. So if we kind of go down and look on the side, we'll find the occipital nerve, which is back here, that controls your sight. See colors and motion. So this is all this back here. Then if we move up front, we get to the temporal lobe. The temporal lobe, which controls the auditory process, memory, and language composition. This can also be found near the temple of the brain. Now, if we take a look on the inside of the brain, we will see that the cerebellum that goes around the entire portion of the brain, which is right here, is also the functioning for higher brain function, including thought, reasoning, emotions, and voluntary movement. It also has subdivisions that also talks about the two hemispheres that connects into the four lobes that we just went over. Now, if we take a look on the inside of the brain, we will see that the cerebellum that goes around the entire portion of the brain, which is right here, is also the functioning for higher brain function, including thought, reasoning, emotions, and voluntary movement. It also has subdivisions that also talks about the two hemispheres that connects into the four lobes that we just went over. The cerebellum also coordinate with muscle movements. So when you go to make a fist, or it maintains your posture to sit up and your balance when you walk. We're going to go from here to we're going to look at how this spinal cord on this one flips up and it's supposed to be flipped down. So the spinal cord is at the very end right here. And as we move up from the spinal cord, we also run right in. It should be right around there where the medulla oblongata sits. If you remember the water boy and mama talking about the medulla oblongata for alligators, it works the same in people. As we move up from there, we're going to run into the pons area, which the pons area comes in right here. And we can keep going up to the midbrain, which is located right outside of the thalamus. What this one is missing from the bottom side is the pituitary gland on the anterior portion of it. As you see, our sagittal cut, plane cut, is not really even, and I apologize for that. Sticking with the cerebellum, which is here, if we move just downward just a little bit, we can see the fourth ventricle, and excuse the way I say some of these, which contain the CFF fluids. Here, which is located between the pons, the medulla oblongata, and in front of the cerebellum at the back. Next, we're going to talk about the pineal gland, which is located right here in the center of the brain between the two hemispheres, which is between the two hemispheres. And once you open it up, it should be right there. The function is to regulate hormones, most notably for melatonin. helps with the sleep-wake cycle and the seasonal biological rhythms that we have. So for this one, I have to get up and move. So this is the oil olfactory bulb, and it is located right here in the front. It helps detain odors and the receptors for odors. It is also helpful in the nasal cavity. But if we go a little further back, we'll get to the occipital nerve. The occipital nerve is what controls your eyes and help you to see. But because this is cut a little short, and I think I might have butchered it a little bit, it should sit about right there. And the occipital nerve just helps your eyes to blink, see, and when it needs to dilate and retract.